Paranormal Buzz Radio is proud to present Girls vs. Ghost Media's Spooky Talk with Madison Smith from Madison Paranormal. You can find Spooky Talk every other Sunday, 6 Eastern, 5 Central, right here, live on Paranormal Buzz Radio. Be sure to join in the live interactive chat by going to Spreaker.com or downloading the Spreaker app for all devices.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi everyone, I'm Madison Smith. I'd like to welcome you all to Spooky Talk with Natty. Tonight's show, I have a lady, is an invader, or not invader, oh my gosh, I am so bad at pronouncing words. I don't even pronounce this word, innovator. Who is an innovator in the field. She is the creator of the US Paracon and Strange Goat Media. The president of Paraflixx. I am so proud to introduce everyone to Natalie Jones. I am so sorry.
Hi, Madison. That is the coolest intro ever.
Invader.
Yeah,
bro. Invader. My lord.
Nat Vader, like Darth Vader. I don't know. Well, thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting.
I can already tell it's going to be a great show.
Yes, it is.
All right. So, shall we begin?
We shall.
Okay. So, just starting off, how about you tell us all a little bit about yourself?
Okay. So, I'm Natalie Jones. I am an author. My first book is Awaken the Higher Self, Bringing Darkness to Light, and I have another book coming out this year. So that is called The Little Secret Book of Life. The release date is TBA, and I'm president and CEO of Paraflixx, Inc., Paraflixx Paranormal Plus, a streaming service dedicated to the paranormal, supernatural, universe, and beyond, and so much more. And yes, and as you said, creator of US Paracon. That is an event that will be coming probably next year, will be the first successful year, and we'd love to have you there. That would be fun. And so I've created Strange Goat Media as well. I'm a paranormal investigator and lead paranormal navigator of Ghosthunter Girls. Founded Ghosthunter Girls in 2019, and my director of photography has been with me ever since we founded the team. I just love learning as much knowledge as possible and helping others. I believe the more knowledge we have, the more that we're able to, use that as wisdom to help and be a part of the greater good. So there's not much to me. I'm a mom of 3 and just grateful to be alive each and every day. So
Round of applause, everyone. That was great.
Oh, thanks.
So, when did you first spark interest in the paranormal?
Yeah, I had a profound experience at the age of 6, and that has really come full circle for me. I, did have experiences, different what you would consider unexplained experiences outside of that as a child as well. And as I, got older and things really came full circle, like I said, what I would refer to as a spiritual awakening and reconnecting to spirit, I started to understand, my life path and soul purpose and soul mission and my gifts and abilities and who I am. And for me, it's almost as if it's embedded in my spiritual DNA. And once you have that understanding and the light goes on and you're back in action, there's no turning back. So I know, like, this path chooses you. It's not necessarily the other way around that you choose it. So I've learned going along this path through different experiences to really take a step back and to take things very carefully and slowly, because there are, these unseen forces around us that's what's really real. And so, in understanding and dealing with that and, helping others in that sense, it's exciting, but again, safety first, health first, all of that. When, we do this work. So I like to go at a very even pace and take what happens and what comes as like nothing is a coincidence, and allow things to kind of unfold, and always be aware in that moment and awareness, and know how to handle everything accordingly. So, that's with my work, in my business's work, but also my work as a paranormal navigator and investigator, and just helping all of us and helping those who have passed and helping other types of energies, as there's many different types. So that's really kind of encompasses me as a paranormal figure and how I got started. It's really just always been a part of who I am.
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, what were the first few experiences that you've had when you were a child?
So I do go into in great detail in my book, but they're really more on the dark side, I would say, type of experience. So, I think that in like actually going in and describing exactly what happened is pretty shocking. If you're interested in learning more about the experience, I would definitely highly recommend getting a copy of my book. I will tell you, for the first time, I am going to come out and talk about this experience and a project that I have coming up that's going to be a pretty big deal. And so for the first time, I'm really going to come out on film, on camera, and tie this story together. But one of the other things that that did happen, I would regularly see what you would consider maybe a ghost or a spirit, someone who once had a body. Like they would just walk past the dinner table while I was sitting there, and it was as if you and I are sitting here, seeing each other now, out of the corner of my eye, but then looking and then seeing that figure, and then it, not being there. So, those are memories that are definitely still there. Another aspect of this is that time is not what we think it is, right? So what is, what was, what will be is all one, and all of us are all one consciousness. So in that perception and that type of sense, like I said, it's now being back open to that in spirit with the work and everything, experiencing those types of encounters and experiences more recently are definitely in line with all of that. But yeah, I mean, I would love to actually go into detail about that experience, but it is pretty shocking and profound. So yeah. What about you?
What about me? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah, what got you into the paranormal, and maybe what experiences and interest and all that, because I absolutely love seeing you out there and all of your work and everything. It's very inspirational.
Yeah, like for me, I just grew up on the TV shows and I just thought it was the most amazing thing ever. And then my dad, he was like, you know what, let's just put you in one. Yeah. So like we asked and they were like, yeah, she can come as long as she's not like one of those rambunctious little children. And I was completely fine. So after that, we have been addicted, or I have been addicted.
I love
and
it.
That is how it played out. So yeah, pretty fun.
Yeah. And I think we have some really cool events coming up this year too, to take part in that camaraderie and our continued path in the paranormal field. You've got a really cool event coming up.
I do. And then you do have a few coming up. So if you would like, you can promote those.
Yeah. So in April 9th and 10th, I am going to be headed out to Janesville, Wisconsin, to the Metaphysical Paranormal Expo. That's really exciting. I'm looking forward. I'll be doing one of my motivational metaphysical lecture series. I believe the one I'm doing there is called the Awaken the Higher Self series, Healing from Within. And then the weekend after that, headed to, I'm going to come back to Dallas and probably repack and, make sure I shower. And then the weekend after that, April 15th, is going to be at Mansfield Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio. And I'll be there with Dan Class from the Ghost Finders and Mike Hatcher. There's going to be a lot of amazing friends who are going to be there, purchase tickets. One of my favorite parts is seeing everybody, meeting new people, and sharing those experiences. But at the weekend before that, at the Metaphysical Paranormal Expo, my business partner from Paraflixx, Patty Negri, also the Good Witch, as seen on Ghost Adventures, Hollywood's go-to psychic medium. She's going to be there with me, so I'm really excited to see her. And it's always a blessing and exciting to see her. Rob Thompson from the Ghost Finders, who's also on Paraflixx, will be there. And Diet Renee, psychic medium, she will be there as well. And so many others. So I believe if you go to metaparapro.com, you can see all of the amazing things that they have planned for the weekend and everyone who will be there. And you can get tickets and a vendor booth. And then I have a couple months off. Well, from events. So in July is really exciting. We're going to be headed to the Old Park Hotel in Ballinger, Texas. And owners, Dan and Connie LaFave, they're amazing. They're good friends of mine. And so they're really excited to have us out. It'll be myself and Patty Negri, Christy Grissom from Our Haunted Lives, Haley Michelle, the Paranormal Princess, Alicia Cosmic Divine, and also Sarah Garcia. And a lot of people know her as Moon Girl as well. So the six of us are going to, I guess, style it up. And they're all going to arrive in Dallas. That's early Saturday morning. It'll be July 30th. And I'm going to pick everybody up from the airport in a van, Scooby-Doo style. So we'll make the 3-hour trek out to Ballinger and have a really great time. And then in August, there's a fun event called Coffee and Ghosts out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And then in September is the second year of Para Experience, 2022. That is organized by Jamie Lee Event Company. Jamie Lee's amazing. She's always does a really great job. The first year, like I said, was last year. So this is actually going to be in a different location this year. This year, we're headed to Virginia City, Nevada, and that's going to be September 16th, 17th, and 18th. And so that's just super exciting. The new reality, the haunted side, Patty Negri will be there. They're going to have me out as well to do a motivational lecture. And then in October is Vulture City Paracon, and that's of course going to be in the Vulture City ghost town in Wickenburg, Arizona. And that's October 7th through the 9th. You could go to vulturecityparacon.com, definitely get tickets and a booth, and come out to Vulture City Paracon. I was there last year as well. It is, Madison, you would love Vulture City ghost town. It is really neat. And there's the Vulture City mine there. It is such an amazing ghost town, just like the energy, the feel of it. It's pretty much out in the middle of the desert in Arizona, outside of Wickenburg, and just a nice, quaint town. You can really feel the history and the love and all of that. It was just the atmosphere, quite the experience when we were there last year. So that's what I have this year as far as events. And, I think I'll be pretty busy, but that's to thank goodness for technology and thank goodness for my laptop. So I'll be able to, keep up with all my work on the road, which is good.
Mm-hmm. Just a little shout out to our laptops, guys. They do not get enough appreciation.
Right.
They're just trooping through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I saw you have a really cool event coming up, and I was so excited when I saw it. I think it's going to be amazing. So you're headed to, where is it? The YMCA?
Yep, the old YMCA in Rock Island is one of my favorite places. And if you want more information for whoever's listening, probably on my Facebook page. It's going to be updates, so pretty fun. But yeah, you should
exciting.
Me and you need to go there sometime. I just need to take you there and give the full tour and everything.
You can count me in. I would absolutely love to come and get the tour and investigate and all of that.
Yeah, I feel like you would love it a lot.
Definitely. And you're going with a few other amazing ladies, including yourself, right? Melody Knapp and Kristen Lumen. Mm-hmm. And who else is going to be there?
I'm terrible with names, honestly. Like I said, if you really want to know, check out my Facebook page.
Absolutely. So
I'm sorry, but I am absolutely terrible with names.
Oh my goodness. I am myself. I completely relate. Yeah.
Either I have to have it written down or we have to know each other really well.
Yeah.
It's just one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty fun.
And what dates is that going to be?
Same with that. I cannot remember numbers.
Yeah, but it's coming up pretty soon, so that's exciting. Very cool.
Yeah, let's see. I want to say that's a weekend from now or something. Maybe. Like I said, I literally am terrible with dates, so.
We'll have to definitely, we'll definitely have to do an event because with Paraflixx, it's Flix, music videos, and global events. So Festival of the Unexplained is the last, save the nearest for last. We've got Festival of the Unexplained coming up this weekend, March 11th through the 13th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Patty will be there along with Rob Thompson and Dan Class. And they've got a really great lineup and a really great weekend planned for everybody. There's it looks like we're going to be going live on Friday, this Friday at 8:30 CST, 9:30 a.m. EST, which makes that 2:30 p.m. GMT time zone. And I'll be hosting that. We'll be going live on the Facebook Paraflixx and Festival of the Unexplained pages. And Patty and Rob Thompson and Dan Class will all be joining me for some really fun Q&A. They're going to be talking about the event. And then there's also going to be a couple of surprise live streams at the beginning of the event and at the end of the event as well. So a big thanks to Festival of the Unexplained, Karen Frey and Rachel Ashman for being a really big part of Paraflixx and allowing Paraflixx Paranormal Plus to be a sponsor of the event. We're really excited. So that's the big one coming up here this weekend.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Work your calendars, everyone. So, Paraflixx. So, for those who don't know what it is, can you explain it a little bit?
Yeah. So our fans like to call us the Netflix of the paranormal. We are a subscription app on Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Roku TV, Chromecast, the Apple Store, and Google Play Store. So whether you're on your favorite device or wherever you're at on any of your favorite TVs, you can download the app and stream all of the amazing content. So we are an SVOD, just like Discovery Plus, Shudder, Amazon Prime. And right now you can subscribe at paraflixx.com and get 25% off your annual subscription. There's a really great code on the website, the Ghostfinders 25. And when you go to the website, that's a really great place to subscribe and create your account. And then after that, download the app on your TV and favorite devices, because with the subscribing through the website, you're able to apply the code. So it's exciting. It's $3.99 a month and $34.99 a year, and you get full access to everything. About 90% of our content is exclusive. And there's so many different categories and genre, and it's growing every day. There's mostly 5-star reviews. It's really exciting. And we're coming up only on 1 year. It'll be our 1-year anniversary, March 21st. So it's really exciting. It's growing every day, and it's really cool to see. And everyone who is a part of the platform, productions and the different content producers and original content producers, they're just amazing. Everyone's awesome. It's just really amazing to see all of the different content, every week and every day continue to come in and be a part of that experience and that journey up to this point. So,
yeah. And what are you personally? What are your favorite series or things on the app?
No, I love all of them equally. I swear, I really do. Every show, every title, it's so unique and it's so different in its own creative way. The different short films, the different documentaries, the different series, the docu-series, full-length feature films. We're going to be growing a lot of these different genres and categories outside of the paranormal and supernatural. We've got a really cool UFO extraterrestrial documentary that we've got in the works, and we have a Paraflixx original feature film coming out this year called Transubstantiation. So that one's really going to make waves. But some of the newer series, we have My Paranormal Experience, newer episodes this past week, and the week prior, Second Sight Paranormal TV just came out with an amazing episode, and that's based on the Myrtles Plantation. It's called The Myrtles Plantation: Murder, Mystery, and Magic. And then Visually Create Paranormal Urban Exploration is a Paraflixx original series, and they just had their season 1 premiere this past Friday, and that episode was at Edinburgh Manor. And then Paranormal in the Funhouse is now on season 3, and they just had another incredible episode come out at a town hall up in a town in Maryland, right around where they're at. And then we also had Apex Chronicles is a newer series. They're exclusive series plus as well. And they're on their first season. They just had their first season finale at the Beatty Mansion. And just some really amazing episodes at different locations with Apex Chronicles. They had Monroe House, the 1858 Garnet House Hotel. And then, like I said, My Paranormal Experience premiered recently their series. And their most recent episode, they started out with the first episode, which was The Experience Begins. And then the episode after that, which aired, I believe it was March 18th. I could be wrong, but can't remember everything. It was at Skellytown School, which is a local school that turns out to be very active with unexplained activity. And it's pretty interesting, very intense. And they recently had a documentary come out in November called My Paranormal Experience: The Gateway Between Worlds. It's very profound in what it focuses on, and a completely different aspect and creative style. So recently we've had the Ghost Finders join us, and they have some season 9 favorites, some season 10 favorites, and then season 11 only on Paraflixx Paranormal Plus. So the Sweet Spring Sanitarium Part 1 and Part 2 of season 11 are now streaming on Paraflixx. And they have an amazing episode coming out where they also incorporate their newest team member, Steve Dills, and an amazing psychic medium, Diet Renee. I had the pleasure of meeting her on a podcast recently, her podcast called School Through Spirit. And I'm really looking forward to meeting her in person as well as Rob at the Metaphysical Paranormal Expo coming up in Janesville, Wisconsin. So yeah, it's really exciting. There's so many series that have been with us from the very beginning. And as you can tell, I'm still talking. So if I were to, Madison, if I were to keep going through everyone, we would be here till 6 a.m. And I'm serious. You have to go to paraflixx.com and just see some of the amazing series and all of the content and titles that we have out. It's going to continue to grow every week. We stand for infinite possibilities. So it's exciting. Who knows what the future holds?
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Might just convince someone in my family to get it. Father. But yeah.
Who convinced you?
Pardon?
You said who convinced you?
Oh no, I'm gonna say I'm gonna convince him.
Oh.
I'm gonna convince my father to let me get it.
Well, yeah, you'll enjoy it. There's it does have ratings and advisories and all of that on it as well. And if there's something specific that I could, recommend, absolutely, and not recommend, so it's, Paraflixx Paranormal Plus.
Ta-da! All right. So yeah, you heard it, everyone. Go to Paraflixx and get a subscription if you can. Yeah.
Free 3-day trial.
Ooh. Okay, now I have to get I'm sold.
I'm sold.
And then your bracelets, what stones are they? I can see that it's lapis, I think. Lapis.
Yes, it is a lapis lazuli. I have some moonstone as well as some obsidian, basically, is what these 4 make up. So, and my Reiki Stones are lapis lazuli as well. So I like to keep those on my desk, but yeah. The this is just a clear quartz.
I like them.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then Reiki stones. If you don't mind me asking, what are they?
Oh, okay. So Reiki is just it's the our universal life force, our prana, chi, Reiki. There's different terms for that. All mean the same thing. So Qigong and Reiki, one is like a Chinese version versus the Japanese version, and universal life force, our spirit. Everything is energy. So it's just about utilizing and having access to that light energy, and also through different symbols to balance our auric field, chakra system, and that's basically all it is. It's just like light work.
Well, thank you for that information.
Yeah.
Like, they sound really cool. So.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, do they have to be lapis, or can they be like any stone?
No, they can be any stone. They just have the different symbols on them that I'll put on in my palms whenever I do the work. So it's more about like the symbols. If you're interested in learning more about Reiki is the westernized term. You can look at. I would suggest looking into it more. I can kind of point you in the right direction. But I think learning in general, especially since everything's so connected, learning different techniques and tools and again, the knowledge is definitely always helpful.
And then, where can people get your book?
So my book is on Amazon. If you would like a personalized autographed copy, you can go to awakenthehigherself.com. When you go to awakenthehigherself.com, it goes into a little bit of detail on the website about what the book is about. And then you can order directly through the website as well. My publisher is BMK Publishing, and their website is bmkpublishingusa.com. Yeah.
Well, might be getting myself a book. Who knows?
That would be awesome. Yeah. It's written, it's really written in universal format. So no matter what your beliefs or intentions or understanding, it applies to everyone across the board where they can, relate to that.
Yeah. I think that's really neat, personally.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then, so, like, what's your favorite place to go?
My favorite place to go. Well, honestly, I really enjoy going out into nature. So I don't go out into nature as much as I would like to. I don't have a favorite place. Maybe in meditation, going within, honestly, is my favorite place to go. Really connecting with spirit and finding that peace and calmness. But I do love to travel, and what I would really like to do is go on like a really extravagant like yoga retreat somewhere. I don't know where, maybe in South America or Canada or anywhere, honestly, just somewhere really beautiful and peaceful and in nature, and somewhere where I've never been. I have a passport and I've never used it, so I've got a problem here. Yeah.
Like, have you ever been to like one of the haunted forests or anything?
I had been approached about going to that haunted forest in Japan. The name of it always throws me off, but
yeah,
I actually have never been to a haunted forest. Now I've been out to Goatman's Bridge, which is very forest-like. But I would say that would be the closest that I've been to like an actual haunted forest.
And
what about you?
Not really in a forest at all. Like, for nature-wise, I've been to like Farrar School, and they have like foresty area in the back, if that counts.
Yeah.
Same with Spook Caves, I think it's called. I haven't been there in a long time, but it's really a peaceful place, and I like it.
Very nice. Yeah. But I mean, haunted forests are definitely. I would imagine there's a lot. I live vicariously through a lot of locations, through all of the different series and episodes and different locations that everyone investigates across the world. So there's always that. There's the Bizarre Dimensions team in the UK. They have a couple of episodes called The Children of the Forest, and it's based on a haunted forest out there in the UK as well.
Sounds really interesting.
Right.
So, Goatman's Bridge. How did that go?
Well, I've been to Goatman's Bridge a few different times. I know there's a lot of buzz that surrounds it. It was an episode on Ghost Adventures, but for me, I've been there a few times only because it's only about a 45-minute drive from where I'm at. And during the day, it has a whole different feel, than at night, and it's very peaceful during the day. It's got a lot of different energy, but there's definitely a history there, multi-layered, different type of history. So what it's come to be versus maybe what it used to be is probably much different over the course of the years, with the attention that's been brought to it. But I'll go there occasionally, maybe like once a year. You would think that I might travel out there more than that, but I don't. I don't know why. It's just I'll go there, when some time has passed, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's take a random trip out to Goatman's Bridge and see how it's going. So yeah.
Yeah, and then what's the story behind the bridge?
So there was a farmer who was well-to-do. There were some KKK members, I believe, who did not like the color of his skin. He had a farm near the bridge. I believe that they had, in the middle of the night, set his house on fire. And then lynched him over the bridge. That's basically the basic story around that specific term, Goatman's Bridge. And the bridge was actually a bridge where there was cars that could travel back and forth from in and out wherever they lived at the time. But now, of course, it's not something where anyone travels on, though it is next to a main road. And then there's just been a lot of dark ritual and those sorts of things that have occurred on and around the bridge since then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is the house still there in a way, or is it like completely gone?
No. There's a really big field and river that runs under the bridge, and then a really large forest area that goes for miles around it. So this would have been something where I believe that this farm was not necessarily near where the actual bridge is today. Yeah. Maybe a mile or two, maybe less. I'm not 100% sure exactly, the distance, but it's definitely, there's like some paths, and a lot of people now, like during the day, some people will go out there and use the paths and jog and that sort of thing as well. But it's definitely haunted location, outdoors. So, and there's some other really amazing haunted locations close to where I'm at that I love to go to whenever I get the chance, because I do love to go outside of Texas and travel. I hope in the next few years I'll have more time to actually go and outside of events and work and all of that, and just kind of do low key. I really like just the aspect of helping others. So
Yeah. And then, like, have you ever tried to communicate with the person or the farmer, or no?
No. not in a while. The first time that I had ever gone out there, I did. One of the owners of a haunted location here in this area had an experience when she was out there communicating that she told me about. But I had asked questions and try to establish communication and all of that, but it was a bit difficult the first 2 times and nights that I was out there, because again, it's a public, it's open, and so both times that I had gone, there was other people there, and it's kind of contaminated, and then you've got the road nearby where people are driving, so it's a bit hard to hear and really kind of have the ability to really figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's understandable, but
yeah.
Like, I think that's sweet that like people still go there and all, but like like all the rituals and stuff.
Yeah, it's bad. Not good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people, they like vandalize places like that, and
Right.
like it just ruins the natural beauty of it. And I'm just like, oh my God, why?
It's terrible, absolutely. So that's a big part of the reason why I don't necessarily go out there too often. Yeah. So.
And then, like, what's the weirdest experience that you've ever had at a place?
So let's just go with my most recent experience because there's definitely a lot of weird, unexplainable things that I've encountered.
Yeah.
So one of the most recent experiences, I was December 29th, and I was actually right around the corner here, about an hour and a half away from where I'm at here in Dallas, in Mineral Wells, Texas, at Haunted Hill House. I go there as often as I can. So, but I was there helping out with an investigation event, and there was a group that came out that night to see what the house was all about. Of course, get the tour and have someone lead a controlled and structured investigation. And they'd asked me to come out and help with that. So of course I didn't know who it was that was going to be coming out and that I would be leading the investigation for. And when I got there and they showed up, it was 5 young gentlemen. And so I thought, oh my goodness, I've got to just really make sure they're taken care of, stay close, and make sure that they have a great time, a great investigation. And so we were we did the tour and started investigating a little bit, and I pulled out the digital recorder to see if we could get some EVPs for them and show them some potential activity and evidence, but nothing was really happening. It seemed kind of just really low key, which can be fairly common. Depending on what's going on, that they it ramps up out of nowhere. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go. We were in one of the rooms downstairs called the Axe Room, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go over into the kitchen and get the bionic ears. So I popped over to the kitchen to grab the bionic ears, and as I was turning them on and making sure that I had them working correctly, I heard some yelling in the next room, in the Axe Room. And so I went in there and I said, okay, what's going on? And they were like, oh my gosh, the door on the cabinet just opened by itself. Well, there's CCTVs all over, and so they're all stationed in the kitchen. And so we went back in and we rewound the footage, and sure enough, they're just standing there. The closest gentleman to the door was about 2 feet away, maybe a little bit less, and you can clearly see it just open, and he just jumps back really, really fast, and they all start freaking out. And I said, oh my gosh, really? So it almost felt like the little kids, when they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and the adult leaves the room, and when the adult leaves the room is when it had. So it was like that. And I said, really, I leave and this is what happens. But it was definitely weird and pretty interesting. They were definitely taken back, and I was a bit surprised as well. So it was a neat experience.
Yeah, that seems like really cool. Like,
Yeah.
And then why do they call it the axe room?
So there is an axe in the room that there is a long story behind it. Up to a certain point, the history behind it is unknown, but there's two pieces of the axe, the actual axe head and the stem, and they were not, they did not come together. One part was found, but what had happened was one of the previous tenants, whenever the house was previously owned, they had someone that was renting the house, and they had an experience with the axe, I guess unexplainable, you would call it. I'm not really going to go into what happened, but it was enough to kind of make them run out of the house. And that axe there's definitely, activity and those sorts of things around that specific object. So they can definitely consider it a haunted object, and they keep it in that room, and that room's very active in its own way as well. So that's why it's called the axe room.
That seems really interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know who could be connected to that item in any way? Or is it kind of just unknown?
Yeah, it was probably originated from when it was on, of course, it's Native American land.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it was Native American land and that was their home, my thoughts and my feeling would be that that's where it was actually created and used, as one of their tools.
Yeah. That seems really nice or cool,
Yeah, I love history too, so.
Same. I'm
very interesting.
Mm-hmm. For me, I think history is one of the funnest parts besides the paranormal kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just hearing about it is just really interesting to me. So
definitely.
Yep. And then for history wise, what's the most interesting history of a place that you've heard?
So Mansfield Reformatory in Ohio definitely has a long, extensive history. Many locations do. I would say that they're all equally, they're all of the experiences and the things that happen all over, depending on where you're at, they're all equally as interesting. It really tells a story and brings things together, but definitely understanding that maybe some things that have been told, or just making sure that it really is a part of the history, is really important, regardless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And then, when places they make, haunted places, they advertise it as a museum as well.
Yeah.
For those, how many have you been to?
So, I mean, honestly, I understand there are a lot of locations that do have haunted antiques and haunted items collection. There's a lot of different locations that do, known and unknown. And there's also museums as well that double as an investigation location. So I wouldn't know the exact number, but in a way, I mean, if there's a collection of some sort at a location, they have, some museum aspect to it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And then, what's another good question?
I think we were talking about Build-A-Bear.
Oh my God.
Before the interview, you wanted to talk about I haven't been to Build-A-Bear in years. That place was a hit when it first came out. Remember?
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
still have like all of them somewhere like up in the attic.
Do you? What was your favorite one?
Oh my, I don't even know, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
which one was your favorite?
Oh my gosh. I did build a few Build-A-Bears in my time. And I'm the same with you. I can't remember. I don't know. I just know it was a Build-A-Bear. You probably had like a black shirt. I don't know. So maybe it had a ghost on the shirt.
No, speaking of ghost Build-A-Bear, I had one.
Did you?
I had a ghost Build-A-Bear.
You have to spill the beans. I have to hear all about this.
I don't even
ever.
No, so my sister, she collected them, right? And she had like all the pins and everything. And one day I was going through all of her stuffed animals and I found the ghost. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm taking this one. And ever since it's been mine.
You should turn it into a Boo Bear.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine?
No, the thing is, I'm pretty sure that has like a voice box in it that says Boo or something.
Well, okay.
It's like really worn down,
so,
but it's still going.
Yeah, you get some EMF detector on it, and then connect it with it. So every time it just says Boo.
No, like Build-A-Bear. So they came out with this opossum one, and
yeah,
like it's so cute. But the thing is, every
Aww.
time that I try to get one, they're already sold out.
Do they still have Build-A-Bear locations where you can go in and build a bear? I know it's not as many as it used to be.
Yeah, like I've had one in the mall that I live by, like ever since I was little. So luxury, and it's still there. So yeah,
very cool. Yeah, I've got to. I believe there's a mall close to where I'm at that still has one. I may need to take a trip to Build-A-Bear.
Oh yeah.
Do some filming and Build-A-Bear, and then I'll tag you in it, and you can see all of my Build-A-Bear adventures.
Oh my gosh, no! Like we need to meet up and like make one together.
Yeah.
We need to make like matching ones.
Totally. We could plan an event, and of course we're gonna make a Build-A-Bear trip.
Of course.
Yeah.
We could get like the matching frogs, because there's like a green one and a pink one, and then there's like this pastel one, I think, or there's like this pastel bunny with the original one. So.
Oh, I would love that. And we've got to get you some Paraflixx gear too.
Oh my God, yes. What if we made like little baby t-shirts and put them on it?
Yes,
my gosh.
Because we have little Paraflixx onesies.
Oh my
We can
gosh.
get some Paraflixx onesies, go build our bears, and dress them in the Paraflixx onesies. And we can have on the bear and the Paraflixx onesie our names embroidered. So we could have Natalie embroidered, and yours will have Madison embroidered.
Oh my God,
and then
yes.
we're gonna make 2 bears.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to find like my old Build-A-Bear stands. Like we can put them on little stands.
I mean, that would be the coolest thing ever.
I know,
iconic.
Right?
Totally iconic.
You know what? That's it. We are going to Build-A-Bear.
We are. We're doing this, and no one else will have one but you and I.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like not trying to brag, but
redheads represent.
Like not trying to brag, everyone, but me and Natalie have matching Build-A-Bears with matching t-shirts.
Yeah.
And matching stands.
We'll work on this. Sounds
or we can
perfect.
like find like fun. What if like I can find you like a matching ghost one of mine? Perfect. So like we can both have a ghost one.
That's even better. Mm-hmm.
Or I'm pretty sure that they made like a pumpkin one too. I can't remember. Really? Maybe. I mean, Probably.
I wonder
literally
if
can't remember.
if we have well, we'll just have to see what they have. I bet we can get online. And I bet you know what? I was going to say we could try to like order it and have it delivered to the actual store to make sure like that it's there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because we definitely have to actually build the bear with our own hands.
Yeah. We have to like do the little heart ritual thing that they do.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I remember doing it as a kid and feeling so awkward about it.
So wait, what is it? Remind me again what the heart thing is.
It's like the heart ceremony, and they're like, rub it on your nose. It's like so weird.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it's so weird. It's so random.
What in the world? What do they put on your nose? I must have. This must have happened. They must have started this whole thing. Are you talking about the heart that they put on the?
Yeah, like they grab like one of the little hearts,
right?
And like the ones that like they put inside the bear, and then like this little heart ceremony thing.
Yeah. Well,
So,
it's going to be fun regardless, and we'll have to make sure we document it so we can share the fun with everybody. That'll be fun.
Of course. No, and then they have like little birth certificates.
Oh yes, they do.
We could like frame those.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It's settled. We are getting Build-A-Bears. We are doing this, and we are documenting it.
Okay.
Man, like, what are you gonna name your bear? What are you gonna name it?
Oh Lordy. I'm sorry. Who knows? I think in the moment it'll just come to us, right?
Mm-hmm. Or we could get like the matching names, like where they go together,
right?
Like, I don't know.
Well, can you name them? Can you just name them after yourself?
I guess.
That might not be as fun. That might not be as fun.
I remember giving them like the most random names. Like they were so bad.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
this is gonna be fun.
There was only like one that I named normally, and that's because it was a character. That's it.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Of course. No, I'm gonna have to like find my old Build-A-Bear clothes because I have like a full tub of them for me and my sister. I'm gonna like bring them over and be like, okay, time to dress.
Yeah.
Gonna have like an outfit.
I do remember. It's been a while, but it's definitely gonna be fun to go back and do this. So, and I'm pretty sure like only thing with the Paraflixx onesies is, the bear's gonna have to be not like really small, like a pretty good like, size, baby size. We should be able to make that work, right?
Yeah. Like,
That's
who knows?
So cool.
Like, it's okay if the shirt's a little bit oversized. It's fine.
That's true. Mm-hmm. We can always just take it to the tailor.
Oh my gosh. Not the tailor. No, I bet that someone actually does that. Like, they make miniatures of t-shirts.
Yeah.
For Build-A-Bears to match.
Right.
Oh my. Let's see. All right. So
first.
Of course. But I think our time is almost up. And I'd really like to thank you for coming on, chatting with me and my listeners. It was really fun.
That was really fun.
And before we go, would you like to spread out your social medias where people can find you and everything?
Yes, thank you so much. And before I do, Madison, thank you so much for having me on tonight. I'm really looking forward to seeing you and meeting in person. This has been really fun. Thank you, everyone who joined in and listened. We hope you enjoyed the show. And you can find me on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and on Facebook at Official Natalie Jones. On Instagram at Real Natalie Jones, and Twitter is Official Nat GG. And on TikTok is Ghosthunter Girls. And I do have a Ghosthunter Girls page on all of those platforms as well. But definitely follow me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My website is natalieannjones.com, and Ann is with an E.
Well, thank you. It was a joy having you on tonight. Right?
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
So now for my listeners out there, I'd really like to say thank you for being with me tonight. My next show will be March 20th with Nathan Withers and Scott Dabbs with my paranormal experience on Paraflixx. Make sure, if you're not following me, give me a follow at Madison Paranormal Investigation on Facebook and Maddie_Paranormal_Investigation on Instagram. So for tonight, peace, love, and happiness. And most of all, be spoopy, everyone.